Hey, everybody. Welcome to the RIOT podcast.
Guess who's together again?
Back together.
Woo-hoo.
Just like normal. So we had a day excited about that. And you'll notice as the show goes on, we're just back to the drudgery.
That's it.
Just right back into it.
It's good to be back.
It's always good to
Thanks
be
again
back.
to Hudson. He was in for you yesterday and in for me last week,
Yep.
Which was definitely super nice of him. So if you've never heard Hudson before, if you're a podcast listener, but maybe not traditionally like a full RadioU listener, make sure you check out RadioU.com. He's on in the afternoons.
Yes. So if you missed that Hudson wit, you're like, man, it's
You're
just
like,
not the same without him.
Where did that man go?
Bring him back.
You can still listen to him that way.
You absolutely can. So please
Please do.
do that. So in the podcast today, we talk a lot about being medicated because we are.
We're both. I mean, we both have sinus infections.
Drugs.
You still got a
Drugs.
cough drop in your mouth, don't you?
Yeah, it's the podcast intro. I figure we're all friends here.
In the radio world of professionalism,
You don't do that.
you don't do that. And
But-
that's twice you've done that today.
No. Now, one was on air, and I just swallowed it.
And then the other is now.
And now, I'm serious. Like, we're podcast buddies. You guys don't care. You're just like, whatever. I want to feel like I'm getting a behind-the-scenes look.
Like you're in
guess
the
what?
room. Here it is.
Behind-the-scenes look, cough drop.
He's got the value pack of cough drops.
Got a big one, right? Hall's triple soothing.
The cherry.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to double soothe, all right? You either triple soothe me or you're fired. So I have these triple soothing action. They're not passive.
You know we're both sick when you have that, but in my back pocket, just in case I start choking from my cough, I have 4
Some extra ones.
emergency cough drops ready to go.
This one soothes my sore throat.
It's all
it
you
relieves
need.
my cough, and it cools my nasal
That's
passages.
the triple part of it.
That's triple soothing action. Woo! Man.
And it smells good because it's cherry.
So wonderful. So also in the podcast, I mean, was that an hour? How long have we been talking?
We talk about the Meg.
Yeah, the Meg, that also, there's a lot in there about that. Let's see, side effects, Meg, sneaking an Amazon Fire Stick into jail, what happens when Nikki misses her dog, and frippin' carrots.
That's my favorite for today. Frippin' carrots.
We peaked early.
That's early in the show. Oh, well.
You guys enjoy the podcast, and we'll be back tomorrow.
Have a great day.
The RIOT.
The worst of the riot. Proof that you're already living in that dark future dystopia. Radio U.
Hey!
We're back to normal.
Hey! There's no Hudson today.
No more Hudson.
I said yesterday you probably should just join us as the third person.
Just third wheel. But then who's going to do the afternoons? And then who's going to...
Well, don't worry about those questions.
Don't-
Let's just go with what's
no
right
far
now.
reaching.
Yeah.
I get that. That's how I feel like my doctor treats my colds. He's like, you know what? Let's just go with what's working right now. Let's
just
not worry
see.
about long-term implications.
You had a sinus infection. You didn't have a cold.
Dude, I was for real so sick. And even last night, this happens with sinus infections. Sometimes I get very nauseated with a sinus infection. And I was mostly okay. I've been taking real deal Sudafed.
Sure.
Like behind the counter, make your meth Sudafed.
And antibiotics. And
Right. And so yesterday I was like, bro, you can't live on this stuff. We're cutting it off. And so last night I was just so sick. Like I just laid down. And I thought, I can't do the show like this. So this morning, like I'm on the meth Sudafed again. Yes.
yay! And a cough drop.
Yeah, I got a cough drop too. Sorry, I didn't want to spit it out.
That's
It
okay.
was almost
You know
done.
what? Everybody's family here. If you have to have
It's
a
fine.
cough drop, you have to have a cough drop.
It's fine. But yeah, I took time off, vacation time this weekend, and it was like, it's fun to lay here. It's fun to sleep because I
great.
feel so bad.
Aw, well, let us all both get well this week and
Yeah.
have a really good time.
Good time. So halfway through an antibiotic, meth Sudafed, like I got all the goods, everything you need. So
I know. I was thinking yesterday, I was like, when do we start coming, like you said, cutting back on stuff to see how like we are without the medication? 'Cause you're like, oh, I'm feeling a lot better, but you're still medicated.
I did that yesterday, and I don't think I'm ready yet. I'm gonna need
Well,
at
nervous.
least. What I was thinking was I regret it, deeply regret it, but I took NyQuil again last night at bedtime, and I'll have to say, last night I was like, it'll be fine. You'll be a little sleepy in the morning, but you'll be
you're
fine.
always anyway.
And
It's no big deal.
when I woke up this morning, I was like, oh, what have I done? I can't. I'm in the car, like pounding on my legs. Like, I'm awake.
That's the Sudafed stuff.
Oh, so
I think that's what that is.
No, that was me trying to stay awake. And I had radio. You turn on. I turned and I like had it cranked up. I'm like singing,
and we're singing.
Great. So welcome to Monday. Or wait, welcome to Tuesday.
The Riot has a problem with authority.
It's a little rule. Maybe you're not familiar with it. Nobody tells me what to do, ever.
Now, let's face it. You spend a lot of money on crap. Like, that's not true.
Well, maybe it's like a quality crap.
Well, that's where I want to talk about drawing some lines in our life right now because, you're spending money. Then I was talking to my friend in Japan the other day. He just bought a projector for his house, and so now he's watching movies. He's gone from watching movies on his like 17-inch iMac to a 120-inch screen, and he's just
enjoying it.
It's the best thing that's ever happened to me. I can't stop staring at the wall right now.
In a good way.
Yeah, so like he loves it. So I think he bought a Blu-ray player and a projector. I didn't ask him specifically, but I think he's probably like $400 into this, $500, whatever. And you've spent, if we took all the money you've spent since Christmas, it would total $500, but you haven't bought anything that has made you as happy
as the one purchase.
That he has made.
Sure.
So what if there is a thing out there that you and I should buy that is, $330 is not cheap. But what if it would totally upgrade our game? Like,
I'm interested.
Like everything. Think about something you use every single day. All right? Every day. Your
like
car.
A laptop?
No, not your car, not your laptop.
Your
all
phone?
Right? Sure. That's the thing you use every day, but not that.
No, the clothes that you wear.
You sit down every day.
Oh, on a chair. Your mattress.
Okay, no.
A chair?
No. It's not
down.
A chair. You sit down every day.
A toilet. I bet you it's a toilet.
It's a toilet seat.
For $300 and something.
That's right.
No way.
Well,
you're
wait
not supposed to be in the bathroom that long.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Like this.
Unless you're low on space. And
let me tell you about the stuff it's got. It's got a built-in seat warmer. So when you sit down, you'll be like, "Oh, it's warm."
But in Japan, that's so common.
This is not Japanese. This is here. This is Toto C200.
The Toto?
Yeah. So it makes. It's got a deodorizer. It's got a slow close lid. So if
it doesn't just slam down.
Yeah. So like if in the middle of the night you're like, "Man," instead it will be like, whoosh, and it slowly
but all this
closes.
I still don't feel it's like $300.
You don't think so? It also comes with a wash cycle. A
You're
bidet.
so delicate about
that.
A bidet.
So it's got that in it. You just hook it up to the water supply there. $330. This is a marvel of technology. I mean, the only thing it's missing is an app control.
Yeah, that's
the only thing that's missing.
Does it have a remote control?
It does.
I bet you it does.
I actually don't know how it works.
Like it must have a wall mount control.
Do you think so?
I bet you. Most of them do.
Is that how?
How else does it run?
Well, I don't know.
Like it has to have something.
A button?
Yes, where's the button's going to be?
Oh, no, it looks like it has a little something that goes next to the toilet.
Yeah.
That is, wow, that is a very complicated apparatus that they've got going there. Like, that's pretty intense. But, at $330...
You want to get your money's worth.
You expect a little step-up kind of thing. So,
I don't want to spend that much money on a toilet.
No. It's a toilet seat. You've got to already have the toilet.
Yeah,
it's just, that's the amazing thing, Nikki. I'm talking about...
The seat only?
But this is an upgrade right there for your toilet. No messy installs. No whatever. You just
grab the toilet seat.
You just get the seat, and it fits most. I mean, it says it fits most toilets. So
I was driving home the other day, and someone had put a toilet at the end of the road, and I was like, I'd be too embarrassed to do that. I know if you had to change out a toilet for some reason, I'd be like, you're taking that to somewhere else to just dump it.
I just want you to know that happened to me.
Did you put it on the side of the road?
Last year I had to, because I actually thought, I was like, man, this looks ridiculous. But you're like, well, what else am I going to put it?
Can't you put it in your trash can?
It was full. So, I mean...
Can't you wait till it's unfull? It takes the whole room up.
You have to wait? No, I just...
Well, I bought this. I'm just sending out the old toilet because I got the new toilet with the new toilet seats.
I just went ahead and set it out there. Like, hey, if anybody... No, please don't.
Please
sit
don't
there.
take it.
Please don't.
Just let it go to the trash.
You don't have to apologize unless you've done something wrong.
Well, I'm sorry. I can't even think straight right now.
This is the worst of the riot. We're very, very sorry.
Everybody raise your hand if you're interested in attaining a new level of stupid. That's pretty impressive, right?
You want to be the best.
Because think about this, all right? Think of all the stupid things that have happened before right now. Okay, all of them. And you sit down and you think to yourself, I want to be stupid, but I feel like people have really explored the space here, and there's not a lot of room here for me to innovate because of all the ridiculous things that have taken place. And according to these people in Fripp Island, South Carolina, there is an attainable new level of stupid, and someone has gone ahead and they've created this level. Yeah. That's amazing. And it makes it into the news.
I feel like police are involved then.
Are they? Is it the Fripp Island Resort Activity Center? You know, the one in South Carolina?
Of course we do.
Fripp Island? Your parents would go there every spring break and every summer?
You'd go on Fripp Island Friday.
And, you get those shirts. Here at Fripp Island, we
survived.
we give a Fripp.
Yes. Like that. I promise you it would be. Oh my gosh, if not, South Carolina's like, what is that?
Give
like
a
that's
Fripp
amazing.
This summer.
Take a Frippin' road trip.
Boom! It's perfect.
Oh my gosh.
It's everything you need. It's a new level of stupid.
That is your whole shirt series right there.
Yeah, you know what? We're going to be on the phone as soon as the show's over.
I know.
We've got something happening here. So anyway, at the Fripp Island Resort Activity Center on Friday, apparently an alligator showed up, an 11-foot alligator.
That would be intimidating.
That's not small. And so apparently some of the people that were attending the activity center went ahead and were throwing carrots at it.
To feed it?
I guess.
Because that's not threatening.
Yeah. So here's what's interesting is they say that these people that were at the island thing, they have descriptions of them. They put them out in the media. I don't have the descriptions. But they say that there's a $200 fine for every
feeding.
It's not overall. They can give you a $200 fine for every carrot that you threw.
Well, now they're just trying to teach a lesson.
Every single carrot represents one an
fine.
infraction, and two, and I'm quoting, a new level of stupid.
How would they know how many carrots they fed the alligator?
It must be video, I guess. So you could
argue this.
Did you know that you could also get up to 30 days in jail for feeding alligators?
You're not supposed to.
Well, the reason... Oh, my gosh. They've got a picture of the alligator with a carrot on its head.
Aww.
Because someone threw a carrot
And he can't
on it.
get it?
He's like,
I know there's something up there.
I know it's there.
Do I have a carrot on me?
Okay.
I do, don't I?
Don't laugh. All right, don't laugh.
Please just get it off. I won't bite you.
Is there a carrot on me right now?
Is there something? Could you just come closer?
It feels like there's a carrot on me.
Do I look stupid?
What the fripp is going on right now? People are throwing
Give me my
carrots at me. Oh, my gosh.
Poor alligator.
So they say the reason why they don't want people bothering the alligators is that agitating an alligator, even by feeding it, is what leads to most alligator-human attacks.
Once it gets the taste for carrots, I mean, it's not able to enjoy the rest of its life how it was.
Yeah, because, I mean, that's the way I am. Once I got a taste of carrots, my carrot cravings are just unreal. I
kill for it, right?
I mean, I just do anything for a carrot.
For a carrot, like baby carrots and everything.
Gosh.
Oh,
Can you unwrap the bag for me? I have a hard time with the bag. Just dump them out.
You really just want to be safe.
Carrots.
No one had that problem with carrots.
Oh, man, they're frippin' amazing.
See, that's a new thing for us.
Send your complaints regarding that worst of the riot moment to Fire Obadiah at RadioU.com.
You ever have friends that are trying to talk you into doing something you just know you shouldn't do? They're like, come on, man, just a bite. Just one bite. Come on. Come on, you could do this. Come on.
But you don't want to.
You're like, man, I don't want to. Come on, do it. Come on. And then you decide to go ahead and take a bite out of the Carolina Reaper pepper. And then the next thing you know, you don't know
I'd be
what's
too
happening.
Afraid.
Dude, this guy, this is amazing. I don't know exactly when this happened, but this guy's been in the hospital for a while, and he has developed what he refers to as thunderclap headaches. He ate one of these Carolina Reaper peppers.
Yeah. Which you guys ask us a lot to do when it comes to our food fights.
Nope.
We're not doing those type of food fights. We're like, oh, which Oreo is good? We're not doing like extreme ones.
Speaking of which, did you guys do a food fight yesterday?
We did. We did these cookie popcorn things.
Yeah, okay.
It's not the best.
Really?
Well, it just doesn't taste like the cookie.
I might need to have my own little session.
Dip in there to see. I think you probably like it's still popcorn. I mean,
I like popcorn.
And it still has sugar on it, so it's
I like sugar.
Better than nothing.
Can't be that bad, right? So he apparently several arteries in his brain constricted after eating the hot pepper.
So now he gets headaches?
Terrible headaches and neck pains. He's been in the hospital for a while.
Aw.
And so not really good. Now, to give you some perspective, on the Scoville scale, which is how they measure heat in something, they say a jalapeno pepper ranges between 2,500 and 5,000. And this Carolina Reaper pepper, 2.2 million.
And it depends on your body, like how you respond to heat.
Yes.
And it seems like that did not work for him.
It probably shouldn't be funny, but I do think it's a little funny that immediately after taking a bite of it, he began dry heaving.
Oh, that's your body going, no
Your
way.
body is just like, get it out.
Did he have more, or was that all it took?
No, I think it was just that. So over the following days, he had, this was like on one day, and then 3 and 4 days later, he started developing intense neck pain and headaches, but they would only last for like a little while, and then it would go away. And so they went and had him tested, and, well,
they found it was from that.
It's not going away.
Aw.
Rough, dude.
Can he eat another one, and does it like counteract it? Or like he has to have something really sour?
You know what, Nikki? I'm going to ask you to, when you make that suggestion.
I'm not doing it in a joking way. I mean, like you're willing to try anything.
If he could not be in the room when you ask that question, because I don't think he's going to respond really well to it.
In the best way. Well, he's having a harder time.
That's why I think it's a good idea not to tell him. Let's talk to his doctor.
Sometimes you have to look outside the medicine box to try to figure out how to stop the headaches.
I just imagine Nikki in a room raising her hand.
In my coat.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think?
What do you think if we just fed him another one? It's like, do you have a degree?
Tiny bit.
Is everything you learn from medicine on watching TV? It's like sometimes you do it once to get broken and then do it again to get unbroken. What is this?
It's going to work. You laugh at it now, but that's just the only thing I thought of.
Oh, what the heck? Let's do it.
Leftovers from the most disgusting meal you've ever had. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
So are you watching a trailer over there?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
are you working hard?
Oh, yeah. You're going to have to see it. I can tell you that right now.
Is it for a new movie, or what is it for?
Yeah, I vaguely remember that they were making this movie, but oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
Share it.
The movie is called Meg.
Yeah.
And it's about Megalodon and them finding them. Okay, but here's the thing. You know how every shark movie for the last however long has just been played for laughs?
Yeah.
Of course, they're playing this one completely straight.
Is Jason Statham in it? The transporter guy?
You know what, Nikki? Let's not limit the kind of movies that he can make, okay?
In a giant shark movie?
Enormous shark movie. Well, you heard me laughing about how big it was, so...
And it's seriously done?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they want you to take it seriously.
All right.
You might not take it seriously, but I'll tell you what, me and Movie Pass, we got a date this summer, baby.
You to go see the big shark movie.
I think I'm going to have to see it.
I think you should.
Let me read the synopsis for you. After escaping an attack by what he claims was a 70-foot shark, Jonas Taylor must confront his fears to save those trapped in a sunken submersible.
I'm watching the shark now. Nice. They go for the good effects.
Yeah, well, I mean...
Only the best.
Is it?
Only the best.
It's definitely better than Sharknado. Like, it's an improvement on that.
Yeah, I'm just surprised why it's going to be in theaters.
Well, because they spent a little more money on it.
You think?
Okay, All right.
It's not about how much you spend. It's about how the quality of the product is when you come to the end.
Do you want it straight up? No. You haven't watched the trailer really closely.
I am 29 seconds in.
There is Jason Statham, and his co-star is a high-profile Chinese actress.
Oh, so they're going to push it to...
So they are.
I
It
gotcha.
obviously is a movie they're releasing in the United States, but they are also pushing it to China, because guess who else does really well in China?
Yes, Jason
Statham does.
That's true.
And we didn't talk about this in the news, I don't think, because it must have happened during the fundraiser. But this is a big deal, guys. Like, you're going to notice this in films a lot more. This year, if you look at the first quarter of this year, movies for the first time ever made Hollywood more money in China than they did in the United States. So what that means is that market is no longer on equal footing with the United States. It is more prominent than the film market in the United States.
So if you're like, I wonder why they made that movie, it might not have been for us, for this market.
Right. You watch something, you're like, I don't really like this. And they're like, yeah, but everybody in China did, so shut up.
I'm sorry, is that a direct quote?
I think it was.
From Hollywood.
I think it was.
Oh, all right. Well, Jason Statham and the Meg, for like the Megalodon.
Yeah, Meg. Ladon.
I do love a good shark movie, though. I mean, I don't know why, but there's just something about it.
You sat through Deep Blue Sea?
I did.
And the trailer for Deep Blue Sea, too.
And I mean, that's a lot right there.
That was a long trailer.
How does Nikki put up with Obadiah day after day? It's easy. We pay her. RadioU.
Nugs. That's the loving little nickname that some of us give our chicken McNuggets.
Aww.
I always call them McNuggets, even though in reality, McNuggets is the McDonald's proper noun, and Nuggets is the generic form.
I always call them chicken McNuggets, even though I don't need to even put chicken there. It's like just McNuggets.
It is true. Like, I'm not eating fish nuggets.
That's true.
And, you never get a beef nugget. Nobody's ever like, hey, I got cow nuggets right now. Anybody want one?
No.
If you told me you had cow nuggets, I would just assume, it's
something bad.
That made you had something else.
Oh.
You think? Okay. So, chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
Some people will go to great lengths to get them. The Riot went to great lengths to get sauces. You understand. Here's a guy in Columbia, South Carolina, still at large, mind you, which means they can't find him, which means he did something bad to get the nuggets, right? Family comes home, and this is amazing. It happened on April 1st.
Yeah.
But it wasn't an April Fool's joke. Someone had kicked down their door.
To steal stuff?
Kicked down their door. And as far as they can tell, stole 2 chicken nuggets.
Like they had them there and no one was around?
Well, they don't explain how they know that it was 2 that were taken.
I feel like this is lying.
Well, I know, but okay, think about this, all right? What if they had a bag of frozen nuggets in the freezer that they hadn't opened yet?
Sure.
And, this person cracked open the bag, and they took 2, and they weighed it.
Who only has 2? And then you have to cook them?
Okay. There's another great example, okay? You go ahead and you put some in the oven, or maybe inside your new air fryer. You're making up your nuggets. No. This is something you did. And then you had 2 left over, and you're like, I can't just throw them away.
Oh, sure, and you left them there.
So you put them all in the fridge, maybe, in a baggie. And it's like somebody comes in, and they ate those 2, and that was it. So
I still feel like we're missing part of the stories.
They feel like they're missing part of the story.
It's like, who's going in and just taking 2 nuggets?
They want to know why.
Or is that a sad state when it's like, my most valuable thing that I had here was the 2 nuggets?
I'm not going to report the rest of it.
I mean, no one needs to know.
Somebody walks right past your TV or your
It makes me feel like everything else
laptop.
in the house was stolen, like it was hot.
Yeah, so they couldn't report that to the police?
It missing, but maybe they went in trying to take the stuff back.
So reported damage, $100 for the door, $1 for the chicken nuggets.
Poor nuggets.
Yeah, you know what? $1 on the paper, but so much more in our hearts.
And a lifetime on the hips.
Andy texted in. He says that beef tips are the chicken nuggets of the beef world.
Is it beef tips? Like the little?
Like a steak tip?
Little,
Put it on a kebab?
Ah.
That makes sense. Sure.
What if you had a kebab with a beef tip and then a nugget? A beef tip and a nugget.
Sign me up.
The The worst of the riot has no expiration date. It's born spoiled. It's the Riot on Radio U.
So I did it. I went to the pharmacy. I gave him my ID. And I signed for the sudafed meth version.
The stuff you need to sign for. Have you been on it since Thursday or Wednesday last week? Or
I bought it. I think I bought it when I got my... No. When I came in and did the show last Thursday, I had taken it.
So you got it Wednesday?
Let me tell you something right now. There's pseudoephedrine, which is the stuff you have to sign for and is illegal in some states. And then there's the other kind that is available over the counter, whatever. The difference isn't even worth talking about. It's so, like, the pseudoephedrine, boom, great, totally works. That other stuff, I swear it makes me cough more.
Really?
I swear it does. Because I don't know what it is, but it's something about it where I'm like, this is so much worse. But this meth stuff is better. But I was looking at there, and that's...
It's not meth. It's just stuff you can make meth with.
But they will buy it to make meth. I may have at some point in my life had roommates that did that. They would buy large quantities. This is crazy, but they would buy large quantities online. This was before they tracked that stuff. And they would actually make it into what looked like a fruit roll-up. Or I don't know if maybe they merged it with a fruit roll-up. I don't know what they did, but then they would eat it. Not a great choice. Like, not a great choice about how to live your life.
But if you have a nasty cough, it'll help kick it.
It has helped me.
You come in making you've got fruit roll-ups. You know I'm asking about it.
So, Nikki, this is the stuff I need you to watch me for today. Okay?
Oh, for your side effects.
Side effects. Here we go. Nervousness.
You've been moving around.
A little more than usual.
Yeah, a little jumpy.
Restlessness.
Or more, that answers that question.
Trouble sleeping. Not a problem. I could lay down right now.
But now,
no problem.
But at night, do you have trouble sleeping?
Well, I've been counteracting it with a...
the NyQuil?
The NyQuil cough.
Are you supposed to have NyQuil cough and that all at the same time?
You can buy NyQuil D, so it's the same. I looked at all the active ingredients, so...
You want to make sure you're not getting too much.
Yeah. Before I took my computer apart to see how it works, I looked up all the active ingredients, and it's fine. It's nothing to worry about.
That's a side effect.
Yeah. Less common, difficulty going to the bathroom. So if I come out of the bathroom, I'm like, man, Nikki. Okay. So that's something to watch for.
Well, being the friends that we are, we'll keep an eye out.
Dizziness or lightheadedness.
That's only if you stretch, which you do anyways.
I had that a minute ago when I stretched, but you're right. That's pretty normal. Headache, increased sweating. I'm always sweating, so it's fine.
You just get nervous.
Nausea or vomiting. That'll be a telltale sign. Like, can't hide that one.
Yesterday when I was talking to Hudson, because Hudson and Sydney and Josh had been sick, like those DJs that stay in the room together all get sick together.
They did.
They got a 24-hour sort of stomach bug thing. And I was telling Hudson, I was like, do you think, like, would I have wanted to have the one-day bug, throwing up and maybe a slight fever, or the 7 to 8 day thing that we've been having of the sinus infection? And it was like, I don't know if we got the right one. We might have wanted to get the throw-up thing.
I don't know. I will tell you that, like, being sick, like, Nikki and I both had time off on the calendar for months. Like, I might
as well put it down as sick day.
I knew that I was going to be out for, a long time. Nikki was going to be out. And I mean, literally 2 days before I took time off, sick. Like, not cool, man. I spent the whole weekend sick, spaced
highly
out,
medicated,
not know what's going on. I mean, I played games some, but I mean, I had several times where I'm like, I just can't. And I went and laid down.
And that's what it's not fair.
That's sad.
That is sad. Is that on the little things there when you just go sit down?
Lay down instead of playing video games. It's under the less common one.
That's the worst one.
Unusual paleness. Already have that.
Yeah, but with the sweating, I can't tell as much because it adds a glow.
There's a glow. Trembling.
Yeah, maybe.
A little bit. But again,
actually,
I'm shaky.
You do have a little bit.
I do have a little shake there.
What is with that?
I don't normally do that.
Why? Is that the medicine?
I guess.
Your fingers are moving there.
I'm trembling. And weakness.
Okay. Let's cut it back by half of your dosage.
Well, here's my thought is I literally took it because I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this so I can do the show.
Sure.
Okay. And then I'm going to take it so I can go to that meeting. And then I'm not going to take it.
Don't take it before the meeting.
Why?
You're going to lose it.
No.
Yes, you are.
Nah, I brought it. Look,
no, you will.
You have to eat food with it, so I brought a peanut butter sandwich.
Oh, my gosh.
It's perfect.
It's going to be a mess.
I just put it in the peanut butter, and I don't know when I've had it.
You're not a dog.
It just goes right down. It's no big deal.
The Riot.
They hate me. They hate you. They hate us.
Why else would they make us listen to the worst of the Riot? Radio U.
Dude, we have stumbled into the most ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. Okay, it all started this morning when we saw a trailer for a new Jason Statham movie called The Meg.
That was about an hour ago, and it was featured with Jason Statham in your question of the morning.
It was. Now, it was based on a book called Meg, a novel of deep terror.
And you're like, Meg, what's that about? Megalodon, which is the word for like a big giant shark.
So then Nikki's like, we should totally do a Riot book club and read the book.
Well,
So
I'm actually amazed that this the Meg movie is based off of a book.
it is. Now, I left out an important part. I was reading the Wikipedia
Yes,
summary.
that's why we're still thinking about it.
And maybe it's the medicine, but I can't let go of the Meg.
I'm like, why are we still talking about this stuff?
I'm still looking at. So after reading that, Nikki's like, book club, and I'm like, okay. So now I'm on Amazon
How
looking.
much is it?
No, okay, it's $5 for the Kindle version. Fine, whatever. But Nikki, here's what you have to understand: Meg is not just a book. It became a series of books.
How many are we talking?
Including Meg, a novel of deep terror, Meg, Night Stalkers, Meg, Primal Waters, and my favorite, probably, Meg, Hell's Aquarium.
Yeah, I like that.
How about this one? Let me read you some of this synopsis. Steve Alton's epic fish story continues in Hell's Aquarium, fourth of the Meg novels. The Tanaka Institute's captive megalodon, Angel, has birthed a litter of pups. Two of them, Mary Kate and Ashley.
No, it's not.
Right there.
From when did this come out?
Are destined for a home and a new attraction built in Dubai. When did this first get published? Why are there all these weird things on this page? 2013.
For that?
For that one, yeah. Man, this is great.
I'm up for a book series. Are you done with Lord of the Rings yet?
Don't ask.
Are you ever going to be?
No.
Or no, it's not like are you finishing or you don't have to finish. You can just
I know, that's true.
It could just be.
I want you to know that I basically didn't read it while I was gone. So
can you have room for a new series?
I mean, we can start up Meg. I feel like we're going to burn through that one.
They say it's a fast-paced read.
It's a real page turner.
It's because there's no depth.
It says
Only
a novel.
where the Meg is.
The depth is the deep terror.
Yeah, but that's about it.
That's what it's. This is the revised edition. Updated, brother, and now including the full text of Origins, the prequel to the Meg blockbuster novel. That's amazing. There's a prequel to the novel.
Do you want to jump in? Because it seems like we're going to have to buy a lot of books.
Seems like there's no better time. So I must be wrong on the publication dates because these must be for the Kindle editions. Because like this one says it was published in 2011, but we know the book came out in like 1996 or something like that. So apparently there's a whole huge genre of novels about
giant sharks,
sea creatures attacking land people. We're land people. So like that's like a thing now.
Oh, and now Amazon's going to just constantly recommend it to me.
Oh my gosh. What about this one? Ancient Enemy. This is not a water one, but it says it's waiting in the woods and it wants things. You have to give it what it wants.
I don't know if I want to read that. I don't know about that.
But don't you get it? Don't you see if we read this book, this is going to be where we're started. Nikki, book was written in 1996 or whatever. That means the shark is attacking and nobody has a cell phone to call about it. Nobody's snapping Instagram pics of it. Like, it's not burning up Facebook. They'll be like, the headlines of the newspaper. That's the kind of stuff that's going to be happening in this book.
Well, there's lots of stuff. I mean, if you want to read it and we can do a Riot book club, that's one thing.
Okay.
But I don't know, like, if once we're better next week and we don't have sinus infections and we're not on antibiotics and medicated, I don't know if this will seem as interesting next week.
Oh, I don't think it's going to seem as interesting in 10 minutes.
It's because our attention span at this point.
Right now, I'm very interested in it.
Starting your day with the worst of the Riot is a great idea because it's guaranteed to get better from here. It's the Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, I want you and I to spend some time focusing on our relationship.
Yeah.
I want us to have a really good relationship. The kind of relationship that, like, if I get in prison,
I told you I'd come bail you out.
Oh, I know, but like, let's say I'm convicted and I'm stuck in jail. All right. I want to know that we have the kind of friendship that you would smuggle an Amazon Fire Stick to me.
Till you can watch TV.
Yeah. And I want it to be one of those ones that people sell on like Facebook Marketplace where they've hacked it so I can get all
anything?
the pirated TV.
You know, I understand how important our streaming shows are.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on what I would get if I got caught.
Oh, you know what? Maybe you should get a Roku stick. That way I can still watch RadioU TV.
That's a good call.
Saying Amazon Fire Stick, I picked the wrong one.
Yeah, well, okay, so any streaming service stick is what you want?
Mm-hmm. Let me take a look here. I'm going to need an Amazon Fire Stick and plus...
So what do they do with it? Do you get your own TV in jail?
I don't know. Okay, you know, I got everything. I need an Amazon Fire Stick, a charging cable, obviously, a Bluetooth earpiece, a smartphone, an SD card, a charging base, and some oxycodone.
Actually, I have most of that in my purse.
Right now,
not the last part.
No oxy?
No, none of that.
No, but I can get you some pseudoephedrine.
We got that for days.
Yeah, cold and sinus. You want some? No big deal.
I think they're trying to deal with medicating more than just a cold.
You think so?
They're trying to heal stuff.
So this guy, he's in jail for murder, Lord Shamail Allah. And
so what is he doing with the stuff?
Well, I guess he's going to watch TV.
Is he, or is there something else nefarious you can do with it?
What are you going to... Okay.
I don't know, but it must be something.
Outside
they make wine in the toilet, remember?
This is
you
true.
could do stuff in there.
So what? They're like, ooh, do you want some of our Amazon Fire Stick Chardonnay?
Something.
It's a Merlot that's been soaking with a fire stick in it.
Can you make a knife out of it?
A shiv?
A shiv?
I don't think so.
Like, what's in this sticks? No one knows.
I don't know. This is a prime fire stick.
I come in with my Roku 4K one. I can, like, knock you out with it.
Don't they have a 4K TV in here? What about HDR? Is it HDR10 or Dolby Vision?
I know what's my rights, and that's my rights.
Cruel and unusual.
To have that.
I need to be able to see all the formats in this one place.
We wouldn't do well in jail.
So apparently the woman that came in, Edith and LaShonda, there's two people.
Sneaking stuff in?
They came in to see Lord Allah, and when they passed him the stuff, he got it through.
How do they do that? How do they do that?
I have some details that I'm not willing to share at this time. One of the women was wearing a shawl, and she had it all tucked up in her shawl because, you know, you can't search and whatever. So now they're in trouble. They got arrested for, let's see, what are the exact charges? One of them is, how did I lose this? I had it all down here. I don't know, whatever. Criminal conspiracy, featuring a prisoner with contraband, possession with intent to distribute. That's for the drugs.
That's right. I think they're more worried about that and less about the Amazon stick.
I don't know. That's contraband too. Because, you know.
But what are you doing with it? I just want to know.
They've got TVs in there, so
but
maybe.
It's a community TV. They're going to know. Like, won't the guards know?
Maybe not. They're just like, oh, look, they're watching whatever.
Such and such. Like, all right, fine.
I don't know. On what was that movie, Logan Lucky? All the prisoners were addicted to Game of Thrones.
Oh, so they have to watch somehow.
Actually, that's a really great part. The guy's like, if you don't do what we tell you, we're going to give you spoilers.
That could be.
Maybe
clever. That's how jail is.
Maybe it is. I don't know. But that's why this guy, if you were the power behind the Fire Stick, they stick it into the TV, but you have the remote.
Whose account are you using?
But you have the remote.
You're still logging in with your mom's account. That'd be awesome.
You know, you don't get paid a lot for your jobs in jail, so you need people to...
That's kicking your mom when she's down. You're in jail, and you're still logging in using her account.
Who rented all these movies on my account? And then she comes in, starts quizzing you about it. Maybe, I don't know.
The Riot.
Apparently some of the less athletic types go nuts for this stuff.
RadioU.
I'm really glad that junk science is out there and the crappy articles that report it for two reasons. One, it gives us something to talk about. And 2, it justifies how I want to live my life.
Junk science?
Yeah, you know the stuff where they're like, don't sleep on your left side because that causes cancer.
Something like that.
Just that weird, like, nonsense studies that make pretty much no sense. And I got another one right here. I mean, this one might be a little more legitimate. It's from Dr. Neil Stanley. You guys know Dr. Neil?
Stanley? Yes.
Everybody loves him.
I can believe him.
He used to be the chairman of the British Sleep Society till there was that scandal about him not getting enough sleep. See, that's the hard thing about being the chairman of the British Sleep Society is that all of the pressure that comes with it sometimes leads to you not getting enough sleep. And I'll tell you what, if you're the chairman of that society and you show up looking anything but well-rested,
you're not getting
out.
that anymore.
So he's wearing makeup to cover up the dark circles, and pretty
Now,
soon...
you're just throwing this all on this guy, and this has nothing to do with him.
What? You're saying I made all that up?
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Did I?
And is it because we want the story to be more entertaining with this background that we feel like this guy has?
No, you know what, Nikki? A lot of times people hide their difficulty. And so I try to... Is it
because you're not getting enough sleep? You put this on this doctor?
I try to understand, that whole thing of like, he's smiling, he seems happy, but I wonder if he's getting enough sleep at night.
Well, he might just be happy.
Yeah, sure he is.
So
sure.
What is he talking
He's
about?
He's British. He's happy.
What is he talking about?
Well, he says that, for sleeping, ideally, we should be in rooms that are between 61 and 64 degrees Fahrenheit.
Ooh, I don't know about that. Maybe.
Does it seem too warm?
I'm like at 65. My house is 65.
All the time?
Yeah.
Even during the summer?
Well, I haven't gotten to the summer yet.
So you don't
for
know.
this house, but this house, for some reason, I don't have to keep it too hot. It's just right.
Man, that's fantastic.
It's like a really good bowl of the just right porridge.
Okay.
Like everything's fine.
All right. He's saying that sleeping in warmer rooms or like your body temperature getting too hot at night, he says can lead to nightmares.
Really?
Yeah. Which is why, and here comes that justification part that we were talking about, I probably need a window air conditioner to, supplement my central air conditioning this summer.
To keep the nightmares away.
Yeah. You don't want me having nightmares coming in here unrested, do you?
No, I don't.
All right.
But I still think it really depends on your body. Like if you're a person, some people like it hot. Some people really don't want to have that and they need it colder.
Yeah. 'Cause here's what I think. Like last night I woke up. And again, I've been taking medicine, but I got the night sweats.
That's
you wake
from the
up
medicine.
and you're like,
your
why?
trembles.
It's like I'm cold, but I'm sweating. I don't understand what's happening. So I throw my blanket off and just sleep with the sheet.
Yeah.
But then I really need that feeling of something pressing
The
down on me in
weighting of
order
it,
for me
yeah.
to get to sleep.
That's why I just uncover my feet only, but then the rest are on the blanket.
I sometimes will use that. It's a little equalizer, put the foot out, the cold air circulates around the foot,
Cools your
hopefully
body
cooling
down.
your body
That's
down.
fine.
Okay. So it's hard to remember that in the middle of the night, though. I prefer a lot of tossing and turning and nightmares.
All right. I want you to put a cutoff point on your medicine.
What?
Just do.
What?
I just do. I think we need to set a date, like what is it where
A stop by
your
date?
goal?
A goal.
I need you to put your goal out there so that we can all know, like on Thursday at noon,
no
you're
more
done.
medicine.
Yeah.
I actually was thinking
Or like no medicine that you need an ID for.
Okay, well, I was thinking this afternoon I would cut it off.
Okay.
Because tonight, no matter if I come in here and I haven't slept a wink,
You're still going to go for
I
it.
can't have any medicine when I sleep tonight.
So no NyQuil.
But boy,
No.
when you're sitting there going to bed and you can't sleep and you're like, I could just have this NyQuil and I'm out.
No over the counter, no behind the counter, no medicine. You can have cough drops. That's it.
I was thinking ibuprofen and cough drops.
That's fine. Let's go with that today, shall we?
Well, after I've got my next dose lined up, and after that,
Just worried.
we're going to draw the line.
I can just see it in your eyes.
Listen, that's me. That's the nightmares. That's not the medicine.
Want to know what the Riot is doing right now? Follow them on Instagram and Twitter at riot.radiou.com. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, I think you're one dog down.
I'm very lonely without him.
How is it that you're lonely? You have 2 cats and a dog?
Yeah, but he had a puppy personality, so like you kind of felt his presence.
I know.
But it sounds like he passed away. He did not.
He just went to doggy school.
On Easter, since I was gone last week, I dropped my dog off on Easter for a 2-week doggy boot camp.
Yeah, you did.
And I cried when we left him.
Really?
I did. Just because, I mean, he didn't know, and I was afraid in doggy world, like, he would think that I've left him forever. Like, he sleeps in bed. There he has to sleep in a cage. He doesn't know what it is.
Do you know what anthropomorphizing is?
Humanizing things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you did to your dog.
I know. I always do that.
He's not a... Okay, I'm not saying he doesn't have personality.
But he's going to be sad, and he has feelings.
Does he?
Yes,
is he sad?
has feelings.
Well, I'm sure he has feelings, but do you think
your
he's
pets
just
have
like,
feelings.
I'm abandoned, you've left me forever?
Well, yeah, because he's going to miss me.
Now, I would like to, let's see, I'm not sure how far back we have to take the TARDIS here, but I can tell you
Jump on in.
that, Nikki, what you said to me was you were so excited to have 2 weeks without him.
No, I didn't say that.
Yes.
No, I didn't.
You were.
I didn't say that. No, I thought it would be just 2 weeks and then...
It'll be perfect because I'll finally get a break.
No, now I miss him. Well, I take it all back.
I'll finally get a break. And you were like, I'm going to go on vacation because then I don't even have to worry about him. It'll just be this thing.
I didn't go
it's
going to
be perfect.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I was just sick. I was sick last week. I was home. I didn't go anywhere on vacation because I was sick.
I'm going to SeaWorld. I'm dropping my dog off. And going to see the whales.
No, I can't. I was sick, and so I was just at home the whole week missing him because he could have been there.
Yeah, but see, you didn't have to take care of him, which, again, as I recall, was one of the things you were so excited about, not having to take care of him.
That's why he's at doggy camp. He's got to learn, so he's being trained.
Yeah.
So instead of like a trainer coming and working with you, like they take the dog for 2 weeks, train him, and then when I pick him up on Saturday, then I have a training class, and they'll teach me, and then... Like, he's good.
You think he won't be the same?
Well, I'm afraid. Like, I don't know if when I go pick him up, because I humanize, like you said. Like, am I supposed to hug him? Am I going to be too emotional? I'm going to ruin the training?
Yeah, probably.
So I'm going to be like, here, up on the bed, up on the couch.
And you'd be like, he's not going to be the same, so don't treat him the same.
What if he lost his spark because he's been trained there? I just don't know.
You had a friend that went to boot camp, they come back.
Yeah, like something's changed. It was too hard on
they're
him.
Not the same. Like they broke him down and they've remolded them into someone else.
She's a very nice lady, so I think it's okay.
I know, sure, she's nice to you because she needs your money, but she doesn't let you come to training, so
you're not allowed to go see them.
Who knows what happens when you're gone?
I drove past the other day just to see if he was out. It's near our house. It's near my house. It's one road over. I just couldn't see him though.
It's like you're peeking in the window, like,
are you there?
Mommy loves you.
I'm sorry. I didn't leave you. I didn't abandon you.
No, Nikki, you don't want to intrude on the training time because
I'm not, and that's why I didn't. And I only texted once to see how he was doing. That's it.
You can text to see how they're doing?
She said one person texted like twice, 2-3 times a day. So that's too much.
Okay.
Just to check in on him.
Look, I don't have a dog. I don't know what it's like.
It's different.
It's fine. But I just remember the Nikki I knew versus the Nikki that I see before me. And that was get him out. No. He's bugging me. I want to take a vacation.
That's not it at all.
You know what? I guarantee you that the language that you were using back in November, December when you found out about this place is way different than what you're saying right now.
Now I just wander the house at night and I'm just like, oh, I really miss him. I'm just like, where's my doggy at?
Oh, my
All the while my other dog is like, hello.
You know what? I feel like if I would have taken cynical Nikki back from then and I introduced her to you, she'd be throwing stuff at you right now. What are you doing?
We're happy to have the break.
Finally.
No, I'm going to go get him on Saturday, though. And I hope he's really well trained.
You're going to spend the whole day just holding him like,
and I'm afraid
never do this again.
I know, I'll never leave you for 2 weeks.
And you know what he's going to do? He's going to be struggling to get off your lap. Like, let me go.
I'm not supposed to be here.
This is wrong.
I'm going to get in trouble.
I'm going to get the hose again.
No, it's okay.
The Riot used to be 3 people.
Please tell me we're not discussing video games again.
The other guy didn't make it. It's the Riot.
Nikki, we should do this.
What do you want to do?
You and me. Now that you don't have a dog, you've got all this free time.
I have my dog. I'll just get him back on Saturday when he's done with his camp.
When you go to pick him up, he probably will refuse to come with you.
He's going to be like, nope, I can't.
So,
well, what do you want to do instead?
Well, what do you think about building our own weather station?
Oh.
Doesn't that sound fun? We could get relative humidity, pressure, ultraviolet levels, wind, the amount of rain collected in the last 24 hours, how fast it's raining. Doesn't that?
Well, I have an app that really will tell me all those details.
Right, but it's reporting from someone else's weather station.
So we gotta make our own?
We can have our very own RadioU studio weather station. We'll put it right out there by the satellite dish we don't use, and it'll collect all this data for us.
I don't know if I feel like this is what we should do.
You don't
I don't know, though, but am I saying no right away, or am I saying we'll see?
I feel like you're saying we'll see, even though we know what you actually mean.
No way. I know the weather stuff has never been an interest to me.
Okay.
So, I don't think I've ever thought of building our own weather station.
Okay, all right.
Like here at RadioU, I guess we could. That way you guys can get up to the date.
Up to the second.
So the minute, the second, up-to-date weather for you.
You'd be like, Obadiah said it's 50 degrees, but I just checked and it's 51.
I mean, we're checking our own.
Like, I don't know about that. I don't feel like I can trust the integrity of that weather forecast anymore.
Is this like a kit you buy, or what do you do?
I had a friend of mine, over the weekend, I texted him, I was like, hey, what are you doing? Do you want to go blank? And he texted me back, he's like, I'm building my weather station. I was like, what?
You are trying to look for hobbies.
What? You built your weather station? So he bought one online. I was like, of course he paid around $250. Like he had to assemble it himself, but it sounds like it comes with, like, for example, right now, I'm looking at a time lapse of the cloud cover over his house. I can watch it, like what it looked like in the last 24 hours.
With internet monitoring, and then there's just one with Alexa.
Boom.
You could use our RadioU Alexa skill, tying it back into work.
Bring it back in.
You see that?
Bring it back in.
You could be like, Alexa, play RadioU, and then, Alexa, what's the temperature?
What's
and
the
you
temperature?
would know based on your own weather system thing.
At their weather thing.
Yeah, your station that you'd be having at your house.
Yeah.
Well, I see one for 170, 120. Maybe those are not as good.
I feel like we probably ought to, I'm not going to say, but let's research. Let's not just buy the cheapest one.
I'm not. There's some for like 23. Those aren't like the whole weather setup. So.
Okay. So.
Well, maybe.
We're going to have our own weather station.
Oh, boy.
Well, no. Okay. All right. I am looking for a hobby. And
keep looking.
I finished Far Cry over the weekend. So and that's terrible, by the way. Like, that I skipped basically every story, every cutscene. Just like,
why go on to Fortnite? Start that.
Oh, I want to start a weather station. I want to.
Okay.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
What the fripp is going on right now?